And this here is Landlady, Politician Part 2. On top of everything else, forensically, you should be able to come into this building, look behind switch plates, and look in the walls, look in the attic basement, and tell how long the bed bugs have been here, roaches, mice, anything. By the piles of shit, by the droppings they leave, all that. A professional exterminator could tell. Also, forensically, you could look at a piece of wood and say, well, that didn't turn to mush overnight. It must have been leaking for a long time to make it mush, such as the wall out back here, such as the ceiling dropping on Tom's head. It didn't happen overnight, and he certainly didn't, pour water in the attic to make the wood rot overnight. So it's been going on for years and years and years. But life according to her, who lives in fantasy land, unreality, who they keep giving a license to keep doing this to people, that's the ultimate shock here. I shouldn't have to move. They need to stop handing out license to people like this without thoroughly checking the homes. That attic's been leaking for years. In order for that to do that forensically, anybody with a common sense will tell you that. Rot doesn't happen overnight. A ceiling doesn't drop down on your head overnight. It had to be years of neglect. Any idiot could figure that out, even a judge or zoning or anybody else. So all she's doing is lying, covering up, and then provoking and trying to entrap the whistleblower out of here instead of actually fixing the problem. So here we sit from June 6th until December 17th, and not one person has lifted a finger to fix anything, but they sure will try to provoke and entrap you out of here. Oh, you got to go because your rug's dirty. Well, it's no dirtier than the rug out there. It's no dirtier than Tom's rug. Why isn't she throwing Tom out? John's had the police here 5 times, 6 times, 7 times. He's threatened Stephen Corley. He's threatened me numerous times, breaking the rules. He's loud after 10 o'clock. He comes and goes when he wants. He beat on the garbage can at 1:30 in the morning. What is he still doing here? Do you understand what I mean? She told me he drilled a hole in the front door and he was messing with the screws in the doors. Everything's his fault, but yet he's still here. This does not compute, Captain. Do you understand what I mean? It's not logical, Mr. Spock would say. What is you know what I mean? The panes in the windows are mush from dry rot, from condensation and water getting in and years of neglect. That's all I can say. What the hell? Where is the common sense in this town? Any judge would hopefully have enough rationality and common sense to see through this bullshit she's putting people through. I should get all my rent money back, not just some, all of it, because she let me live in terror, tormented, stalked by this man. She's let me be harassed and intimidated and threatened by him. She let Stephen get threatened by him. She let Stephen smoke crack in the bathroom and bring 3 different women in here when her rules state that any overnight guest must be one told to her and charged $25 to stay here. None of this makes sense. She's running a fucking nightmare from hell and nobody's doing anything about it. And I'm sure this is going on for years, just like the peel and paint and everything else. I mean, you could tell. Look at that wall. Look at the dirt on that wall. Just right there. That's from years. That ain't me doing that in the past year. It looks like we had a coal furnace in here and the black smoke got on the walls. Look at this. This is disgusting. But she wants to blame me for not upkeeping the room. Right. And I'm, Napoleon Bonaparte. Look at this. This is from years. When I first got here, the curtains here, she had a little mesh curtains here, were so stiff you could hold them out straight like a piece of paper. They had yellow and gray, like somebody pissed on them. And I took them off and put them in the kitchen. I sat down on a chair in an Afghan and I got hives. This place isn't healthy. I'm breathing this stuff in and nobody cares and nobody's doing nothing about it.